got a jam-packed video today. We're going to be going over what a system is, why you need to understand what a system is as a gym owner, how you can implement inputs, outputs, and as a result of that, get feedback and continue the process of a system, how to think like a business owner and use system thinking, and the impact of influence on systems, the tools you need to apply today to start seeing results in your gym and scale your gym. And then if you want to grow your business, the correct inputs to put in to get the correct outputs, feedback, and the result goes on. But firstly, Sam, what is a system and why do I need to know it? Well, you've got to think of your business as a system because at the end of the day, that's what it is. You put inputs in, for example, resources, materials, information, hard work, you name it. And those are put into the system to achieve a desired outcome. Now there goes the input, a process occurs, a delivery mechanism occurs, and from that occurs an output. And outputs are just the results of the product that come out of the system after putting the inputs in. Now what do we get after the output? Well, the output is merely just the information that is fed back into the system about the outputs, which can then be used to make adjustments and improvements to the inputs. So a bit of a tongue twister there, but you get the idea. Put good inputs in, you're going to get good outputs out, you're going to get good feedback, ways to measure performance, ways to track KPIs, to then refine the process, make adjustments, make improvements, and put impacts in, and put inputs back into your business. So this is why it's so important to understand your gym, your studio, your Pilates, your boxing gym. It doesn't matter what. All businesses are systems. Put the good inputs in, you're going to get good inputs out. I'll break it down even more simply. If you were to have 20 beers right now and you chugged them all, those are the inputs. There you go. I've just given you 20 beers. There's going to be a process. Now it may, for some of us, be a few minutes. For others, an hour later. There's also then second order consequences. A few days, you're going to get a hangover. Maybe in a week, you're still feeling a bit rough and your performance is down. Well, that performance is your output. And you know from that, and I'm sure we've all been there, that feedback is not good and you know not to do it again. Obviously, some of us don't learn. Probably myself included. But this is the importance of having good inputs. So when we're thinking of scaling a business, it's important that we're thinking in terms of systems. Now, systems thinking is a holistic approach. So this stuff here is abstract, but I'm going to get into the nuts and bolts. Okay, but it's very important you understand why we need to think of our business as a system. Now, by thinking of it as a system and understanding how the various parts of a system interact, so you can see here, put in an input, you get an output, and how they influence one another. So for gym owners, you guys watching this video, this approach is transformative and imperative to scale your business. You cannot scale a business to a certain figure unless you have the correct input, you're getting good outputs, and you're measuring the activity to refine the process. This is the process. To scale your business is a process. It's a transformative process. You're going from A to B. It doesn't just happen. We speak with countless business owners that think, I'm just going to keep cruising along. Maybe one day my business will grow. No, you are wrong. For your business to grow, you need correct inputs. I hope I'm getting the point across. So instead of viewing different components of your gym, such as marketing, operations, and customer service, as separate entities, the whole point of systems thinking is to encourage you to see them as interconnected elements of a larger ecosystem. That larger ecosystem being the system, your business. The best businesses understand that your business is a system. They understand that things are interconnected elements of the larger ecosystem. How does this work? Marketing department. They may be saying, We just need to shovel traffic through. If we get enough traffic through, people are going to buy our service. We know that's not the case because working with countless business owners that have tried this approach, they just shovel traffic down the funnel, hoping that it's going to convert along the process, trying to scale their business that way. It simply doesn't work because you're viewing it as a component, marketing as a component, your business is the whole. You need to make sure you're viewing each component, each part. The parts amalgamate the whole is the system, it is the business. So again, you need to view the whole of the business and the system, not just the pieces and the parts. So you can't just look at marketing, you can't just look at operations, you can't just look at service delivery, you can't just look at customer service. You've got to look at it holistically because that's what makes up your business. Your business is a whole. There we go. The whole is important. I'm glad I've got that point across. So you're now wondering, I understand this, Sam. I understand that a business is a whole and need to put in inputs to get outputs, to get feedback, to then reiterate it into inputs. I understand that's how you scale a business. Well, there's another component, and that is influence. That is the market environment. It's the influence is the environment in which the system operates within. This is our market. The market could be in competitors. It could be fluctuations in the market. It could be, God, don't want to say it could be COVID. It could be anything, recession, global fluctuations, you name it, natural disasters, anything that has an input, an effect, on the system as a whole. And this is what happens with systems. If you think of nature as a system, perfect example of a complex system. There's different inputs, rain, sun, shine, gives different outputs, blah, 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 blah. Environment comes in, affects these inputs, and therefore outputs, self-correcting, you get the gist. So, how can I, as a better business owner, understand to think of my gym as a system and therefore see growth? Because we've already established that to grow your business, you need to put in the correct inputs. Well, you first need to contextualize your system and understand what it is. There's no point putting in inputs like we were saying earlier. There's no point shoveling traffic into your business if you can't contextualize what your business and system is. What does that look like? Well, we're going to give you some tools to understand and apply this systems thinking for your own gym. Great place to start is mapping out your client journey. It's something that we have spent a lot of time in our own business recently doing, and it gives you a bit of a visualization, and it's very helpful in assisting and seeing where potential bottlenecks come up. Seeing where, well, if we put in this output, is the process going to handle? Is it going to enable scale? Am I going to get an output, and is it going to enable that positive feedback loop? So you're going to start by mapping out the elements of your gym business and how they all interact. Because remember, we're not thinking of it in parts, we're thinking of it in a whole. So you're going to include aspects like sales, marketing, customer relation, staff management, financial performance. And you're going to map this all out. You're then going to map out how your client gets from point A, not knowing who you are, all the way to point B, which is purchasing one of your products or service, then on to point C, upselling, retaining them for 2, 3, 4, 5+ years, building a strong community. Okay? This is the client journey that you need to cater for. What does this look like? Well, within our own business, we've been mapping out the client journey. We have a sales process. We market raw gym owners like yourselves. We capture their attention through inbound, through outbound, through paid ads, book in a sales call, conduct a sales call, provide information, provide value, show them the transformative process that we've done with other clients, with our current clients, many other gyms like it. Show them the proof, show them that this is what you need to do to transform your business. then onboard. Again, this is for our systems. I'm showing you how it maps out. Okay? This is the type of detail you need to go into to understand where your business is and how it operates as a system and how you're therefore going to grow, because your business is a system. To grow your business, you need good inputs. Now, we then got to identify key interdependencies. For example, how does staff training impact member satisfaction? How does marketing therefore impact new member acquisition and retention? How do these understanding of these connections helps you see the bigger picture? Too many times, business owners and especially gym owners don't think of the business as a set of sequential things. They think of it as very linear. It's not, okay? It's a big void and it's very abstract. And to make it not abstract, you map it out through your customer journey, client journey, mapping out the different interdependencies. But a perfect example is, how does staff training impact member satisfaction? Well, a perfect example of this is outsourcing your work to people that aren't qualified to do your work. Now, in the short term, you may think, yes, I'm getting cheap labor. Yes, I'm getting this, getting that. But in the long term, how is that staff training and that staff management, right? How is that going to affect your customer service? Notice how they're all interconnected. This is where it comes real close attention, and you've got to pay attention to these feedback loops. And there's two forms of feedback loops, positive and negative. Positive feedback loop being that member satisfaction leads to more referrals, which in turn brings in more members. The other side, though, is a negative feedback loop. So that could be overworked staff, leading to poor customer service, resulting in member attrition. Things happen in a circular way, not a linear way. Another thing, scenario planning. Anticipate bottlenecks. Anticipate changes. Think, what are my competitors doing? What is the market doing? Remembering the market is that omnipresent thing that is overbearing on your system. Sometimes you can't change, most of the time you can't change the market, which in turn is going to have an effect on your system. So you need to be ahead of it. You need to plan. You need to have some planning. By clearly mapping out all of this stuff, it visually, and turns something that's quite abstract, real clear and set out. So before implementing a new initiative, before growing your business, you need to see, am I enabled for growth? Do I have a strong offer? Do I have a way to drive traffic? Do I have a way to convert these leads? Do I have a way to nurture these leads? Do I have systems in place to support the ecosystem? If we're thinking of our business, again, going back to it over here, we have a funnel, and each part of the funnel is very important into driving traffic and doing the service that we provide. So you got to see, this is how you map it out. This is how we've mapped it out for our business. Now, when we work with our clients, we map this out for them. We show them the maps, we show them the client journey, we identify the key interdependencies, we show them the correct inputs to put in their business to get the correct outputs. We have done for you, done with you services that ensure that they are putting in the inputs to get great results, hence the great results we get for our clients. And it's important here, going back on feedback, that you're continuously improving the systems. This is not a one-time exercise. The only reason I'm showing you our client customer journey is because it's changed about 5-6 times. Because when you're constantly improving your inputs, you're constantly therefore going to be getting better outputs and therefore going to be getting more feedback. And this is the beauty of scaling a business. The more feedback you get, the more you can grow. So as your gym grows and changes, so will the interdependencies within it. Continuous improvement ensures that you stay ahead of potential issues and opportunities. Your system is dynamic. Again, there's dynamism here. It's moving. It's not static. It's constant movement. So, when we're thinking of it again, every part affects the whole. The whole is only as good as the worst part. Everything is interconnected. Well, now what? I've got the tools. I know that business is a system and an ecosystem. I know that I got to think as a gym owner. I got to think like a system thinker. You probably already do. Maybe this video just provided a bit more structure and insight. I know when I first came across this philosophy and notion of thinking, I already thought like a system thinker. But when you really visually map it out, identify what your inputs are, how that affects your outputs, what feedback you're getting, understand that everything is interconnected, that your business is a system, that the market is influencing the system. You can then contextualize it. You can then apply tools to map out the system, identify key interdependencies, and everything becomes a lot more clear when scaling your business. So, to take action, don't just sit there and think of your business, that it will self-correct and run itself. Like we said at the start, that's not how scaling a business works. You need to put in the correct inputs to see the correct outputs. Now, if you want to scale your business, what are some inputs you can put in? What does that look like? A, having a strong offer in place. Have something that the market here, the environment, is going to respond well to. Lead generation. Have a system to drive traffic to your offer. Again, we're reverse engineering this here. How are we going to book classes and set appointments? Well, we're going to input a system to convert traffic into people booking in classes. How are we going to upsell? How are we going to get the conversion? Well, we're going to input a system. All comes back to systems. Input a system to get these booked people onto memberships, onto high ticket offers, high ticket services, high packages. Again, coming back to that strong offer. We're then going to fulfill this. We're going to give our gym members the best fulfillment, client service, and client satisfaction possible, because that's where value is created. Yes, it's created throughout the funnel. Yes, you got to start with a strong offer, but fulfillment and delivery of that service is by far one of the biggest. So we're going to input a system to get these members to stay longer, upsell into bigger packages. We're going to input a system to build a strong community, leveraging trust. What does that look like? We know that if we put in these inputs, there's a process that occurs. That process takes time. But out of that input, if it's a good input, comes a good output. Positive feedback loop. Member growth. Okay, we've got a strong offer, lead gen, booking, sales, fulfillment, all interdependencies within our client journey that we've already established. We know we need to map it out. An increase in the number of gym members, increased clientele, increased revenue, improved member satisfaction, greater member retention. You can see everything is interconnected. Enhanced reputation, more organic traffic coming in, increased Google reviews. Everything is interconnected. Streamlined processes, reduced operational costs. Using software, having systems to scale your business. What do we do once we get this this output? Well, we then get feedback. What does this look like for our gym? If you're a gym owner, you need to monitor key performance indicators, member retention rates, class attendance, revenue, trends to assess the effectiveness of the strategies. The strategies being the input. Staff meetings, community engagement, social media engagement, income sheets, tracking sheets. You've got to track everything, because otherwise you don't know if the inputs are good. Now, we've gone over what is a system, why your business is a system that is a part of an ecosystem. We understand that we need to put in good inputs to get good outputs, to get good feedback, to then reinvest it into good inputs. or to get inputs, resources, strategies, information to achieve your desired outcome. Okay? Alleviate you of that pain. We're going to use system thinking. We're going to think of our business like this. We're going to understand that there are various parts to a system and they all interact and influence each other. And we've got to understand that to transform and grow our business means to transform and grow our inputs. And then make sure that it can handle the process, get good output, reiterate the feedback into the inputs. We understand that there's market at play, so we need to be ahead of that, and we're going to be ahead of that through strategic planning, mapping it out, identifying key dependencies, feedback loops, continually improving. The list goes on. You're probably wondering, Sam, this seems like a lot, and it is. That's why many businesses fail, and the ones that succeed understand that their business is a system. And that's what we understand. So, if you want to learn how we implement all of this into the gyms and studios that we work with and get results that look a little like this, okay, booking out your calendars because we've got a lead acquisition system, improving your social presence, understanding that business isn't just about driving traffic. Yes, we can get leads in. Yes, we can do all this. But it's about understanding that there's community engagement involved. Okay? You got to understand the different parts of the system, and that is how you grow a business. So, here's my offer to you. We're going to unlock the potential of your gym with our comprehensive 12-week done for you and done with you program. What that involves is we go through all of the systems that we went through here, showing you the correct inputs from offer creation, lead generation systems, getting people booked in, converting them, fulfillment, community, the whole thing. And it stops glitching. And we've crafted a results-driven approach, similar to the results you just saw then from our current clients. And we're going to turn your business into a client acquisition powerhouse, month after month, on demand with predictability. Because we, at Azureon, understand that inputs are what drives outputs, outputs are what drives your business forward and excel it into the direction and growth that you want to head. We also understand that feedback is vital, so we're going to be monitoring key performance indicators to reiterate and put that straight back in to your inputs to, at the end of the day, get you more members, you increased revenue and profit, increased member satisfaction, and enhanced reputation, all whilst reducing operational efficiency. So, that's my offer to you. If this is something as a business owner and as a gym owner that you would like to learn a bit more about, and we can have a chat and understand the nuances of your business, click the first link in the bio and you can book in a call. Otherwise, if you're not in the position to scale your business, we only want to work with business owners that are ready to take action now, then feel free to let's connect over Instagram. You can follow us on there for some free daily content.